Welcome to aminacademy.com. In developmental psychology, let us discuss about emotion and emotional development. Emotions are what help us drive meaning from the world around us. Without them, we would experience life with the vibrancy of reading a technical manual in transmission repair. While our emotions, whether good or bad, provides a lot of the excitement in life, there is still a lot about them that we don't know. Researchers have been studying emotions for decades, and there are still plenty of questions left unanswered. That said, we know that emotional development is key to living a healthy life. So, what can be done to help you facilitate this emotional growth in young children? We asked parents, psychologists, and educators to tell us everything they know about this process, including caregiver tips for each stage. Every child is unique and develops a little differently, but overall, there are three major steps to building a well equipped emotional toolbox, and they don't just happen. They involve practice and support from those who understand how important emotional intelligence really is. One crucial aspect of this development in social referencing. Now we'll discuss further detail about emotional development. Emotional development within developmental psychology is the lifelong process of learning to experience, express, understand, and regulate emotions, which begins in infancy and continues into adulthood. It involves the emergence of basic emotions like joy and fear, followed by more complex feelings like shame and empathy as self awareness grows. This process is intertwined with physical, cognitive, and social development and is shaped by social and cultural contexts such as family and community beliefs. Emotion understanding. Children learn to identify their own feelings and those of others. In developmental psychology, emotions understanding is a critical aspect of emotional development that involves a child's ability to learn, identify, interpret, and predict emotions in themselves and others using cues like facial expression, tone of voice, and social context. This capacity grow over time and is essentially for developing empathy, managing one's own feelings, building healthy relationships, and navigating the social world effectively. Emotional expression. This includes physical responses like crying, behavioral displays, and using language to describe emotions. In developmental psychology, emotional expression is a foundational part of emotional development where infants use nonverbal cues like facial expression and gestures to communicate their needs and feelings, gradually transitioning to verbal expression as they mature. This process is essential for forming attachments with the caregivers, understanding one's own emotions, and developing empathy. Emotional expression involves physical responses, behavioral display, internal feelings, associated thoughts, and action signals, all of which are shaped by cultural and social context and developed through interactions with others. Emotional regulations. The ability to manage one's emotions, such as controlling frustration and seeking help, is a critical skill that develops over time. Emotional regulation refers to the extrinsic and intrinsic process responsible for monitoring, evaluating, and modifying emotional reactions. In developmental psychology, emotional development is the growth of a person's ability to experience, express, understand, and regulate emotions throughout their lifespan, influenced by brain, cognitive, and social changes. Regulation is a key aspect of this development, referring to the ability to manage emotional responses to achieve goals and maintain well being. It involves both conscious strategies like cognitive reappraisals and unconscious process, developing from innate reactivity to more independent self control, with caregivers' support laying a critical foundation in early childhood. Next, social emotion skills. There are the abilities to develop meaningful relationships, show empathy, and interact effectively with others. In developmental psychology, social emotional development is the lifelong process by which individuals learn to understand, express, and manage their own emotions and to form positive relationship and negative social environment. This foundational area encompasses social skills like communication and relationship building and emotional skills such as empathy and self-regulation, and is influenced by both biological and environmental factors. Strong social emotional development is crucial for overall well being, success in school and careers, and the ability to adapt to life's challenge. Some stages of emotional development. In infancy, basic emotions such as joy, fear, anger emerge, often in response to situations and supported by caregiver interactions. Early childhood, more complex emotions like embarrassment, guilt, and pride develop as self awareness and the understanding of social understands grow. Later childhood and adolescence. Child and adolescents continue to refine their ability to understand the causes of emotions, manage them appropriately, and develop empathy and complex social understanding. Influence on emotional development. What are the some influences? Natural development. Brain structures such as the limbic system play a crucial role in processing emotions. Cognitive development. Advances in thought and reasoning support the ability to understand and manage emotions. Social environment. Family relationship, caregiver responses, and cultural norms significantly influence how children perceive, express, and regulate their emotions. Attachment. The quality of early relationships with primary caregivers is fundamental to a child's emotional growth. So far, we discussed about in developmental psychology, and that we discussed about emotional development. We have done. Please subscribe our YouTube channel.